Hi guys, Fabio Bonanno. Just a quick video on progressive overload, asked by Ash Rashid on YouTube. Thanks for your question, Ash. I'm going to give you my insight into progressive overload. What it is, firstly, is basically making progress. So you want to be progressing inside the gym, and it depends on what your definition of progressive overload is and what progress is. Progress could be anything between how many reps you're getting, what weight you've got on the bar, your range of motion, time under tension. So if you're going down for 2 seconds, up for 2 seconds, progressive overload could be going down for 3 seconds, up for 3 seconds. You're increasing that time under tension and you're putting more stress under the muscle. So what you want to do is really just analyse what you want to progress. Whether it's weight, whether it's reps, then as long as you're making progress somewhere, it's going to happen. When you plateau is when you've got to address everything. So firstly, you've got to ask yourself, are you putting in the work? So make sure you're going in there, make sure you're timing your rest, you're recording your weight, and that's another one, make sure you record everything. If you don't record, you're guessing. You've got to test, don't guess. So make sure 100 k's on the bar, the next week 101, 102. Every week, if you progress by 1 kilo, that's 50 kilos at the end of the year. So never, never, never turn down a 1 kilo gain, because as the years progress, you're going to get excited about adding an extra kilo, and these PBs, these extra 1 kilos are going to add to your overall squat, your overall lifts, and you're going to see a lot more progressive overload. Make sure nutrition outside the gym is adequate. Ideally eating every 3 hours, but life gets in the way, so I'm not going to say you must stick to eating every 3 hours, but if you're looking to build muscle, adequate protein intake with carbohydrates, good fats, every 3 hours is ideal. It's optimal, but as I said, if you're in a meeting for 6 hours, it's not going to happen. So just do what you can when you can. Make sure your stress levels are down, make sure you chill out, make sure you get your sleep. So if you're in the gym 4 hours a week, 4 workouts, that's 4 hours out of 168. You grow outside the gym. So firstly, make sure that you're not overtraining. That really contributes to the plateaus you'll get in your strength gains. Your central nervous system takes so much abuse, so if you're constantly trying to increase weight, then you need to rest that eventually, because signs of fatigue will kick in. You'll be more tired, lack of energy. Nutrition, you'll want to start eating rubbish food, you'll want to binge more, you'll be more prone to binging. Serotonin levels will be lessened, which controls your hunger, your feel-good hormone, and your motivation will start to come down. So it might just be a case you're doing too much, and coming from that 4 days a week training, that could even be too much. If you're on a big strength training program, you're only going to be able to give so much per workout. So think about reducing it to 3 times a week, maybe even 2 times a week. Okay, be consistent, right? Everything has got to be strong. You've got to put in everything inside that one workout, but more importantly, outside the gym, right? Really take care of the nutrition and the rest. But when you're inside, as I said, record everything. Look for 1 kilo gain, look for 1 rep gain, right? If you're doing 4 sets of 5, let's just say that's 20 reps, okay? So the next time you could go for 3 sets of 7. There you go, 21 reps, okay? That's 1 extra rep in total, but you've just changed up the sets, right? Or you could do 4 sets of 6, right? Or 5 sets of 4 even. So just see what happens and just change about with your rep ranges. You can hit the same amount of reps with the same amount of weight, the same total volume, but just change the amount of sets. It'll be a lot more efficient moving forward. Look for personal bests in weight, but also reps. Range of motion is a sign of progressive overload. So if you're squatting 90 degrees, progressive overload for you could be going just below 90. That's going to be so much harder on your full leg development. So just make sure everything is going in the right direction. It's quite a big subject, and I don't want to go on and on and on, but at the end of the day, hard work pays off, and also patience. We're natural athletes, we're not going to put on 20 kilos in a squat in a month, it's just not going to happen. You really just need to have that patience, have that vision, have a plan, right? Write everything down, put a number on the wall. You want to squat 160 kilos, which is my goal for the end of the year, for 5 reps. I've got it on my bedroom wall. Every day I see that, and every day I'm reminded that I'm going to do that. And just now, I'm not at 160 kilos, I'm 30 kilos off it, but I know that if I keep on ticking the boxes, every meal goes towards 160 kilos. So make sure your focus, your intensity is there. Your support structure, try not to be distracted. If you really want those goals, that progressive overload, then you've got to recover. And if you hang about with people who like to socialise, drink all the time, you're not going to make the gains. You're not going to. You need to eat optimally. And I'm not saying you've got to be perfect. I'm not saying don't drink alcohol. Be healthy. Health is about balance, so that drink isn't going to kill it, but please just show some moderation. But with the progressive overload thing, just go in the gym, kill it, every single workout, put in that work, put in the reps, grind out those weights, have some good music in your ears or have a good workout partner, go in, have that focus, don't get distracted. It's easy to go on Facebook on your phone in the gym. Sometimes the best workouts, put your phone away, just go in, take care of business and go out. That is just quick insight into how to advance progressive overload. Right, just have the focus, have a plan, have consistency, have recovery. I could go on and on and on, but if you guys want any more questions, then find me on my Facebook fitness page, Fabio Bonanno Fitness, Abs by Fabs on Twitter, or check me out on fabiobonanno.com. Ask me a question, I'm here to help you guys. Even if you want to comment on the comment section below. Also, please subscribe if you find this useful, share it, whatever. Guys, here to help. Any more questions, give me a shout, I'll be happy to answer them. Thanks.